Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that the Indian Ocean is becoming or has already become the key ocean in the 21st century. Now this is a phenomena we in Sri Lanka witness every day in our soil, on our soil, in the waters around us. We do see this importance of Indian Ocean. Robert Kaplan wrote a book in 2010 called The Monsoon, and in that book he mentioned, this is in 2010, Indian Ocean is going to be massively significant in global politics that it has never seen before. And I would contend in 2020 the prophecy of Robert Kaplan has become true. It is now the most important ocean in the world. I will not go to describe the Indian Ocean. We know it is the third largest ocean in the world, and it is the lifeline of 1/3 of world population. It is somewhat a closed ocean because there are certain choke points, and it is actually the northern part of the Indian Ocean is more important than the southern part because the land masses are all on the northern part. And also we conveniently divide the Indian Ocean into two. There is the Western Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal. We know that the Bay of Bengal is the biggest bay in the world, and we know the Western Indian Ocean is a bit of trouble area. There are so many conflicts, issues, whereas the Bay of Bengal is relatively calm. We also know that there is a 60,000 square kilometer dead zone in the Bay of Bengal, and it may be expanding. We also know until 2016 we did not know about this dead zone. We also know that large contributors of plastic pollution to the ocean is in this region, including Sri Lanka. So this is massively important ocean. And we also know that 72% of world energy, 50% of world containers, and 35% of bulk cargo are transported across this very ocean that we live in. And majority of this is moving just 12 nautical miles south of Sri Lanka. And therefore, Sri Lanka is geographically, geostrategically, geoeconomically, and geopolitically in a very important location in the Indian Ocean. We have a 65,000 square kilometer island. We have a 22 million population which is growing. We have a 1,400 kilometers of coastline, maybe reducing, and our future lies in the ocean. This pretty girl is attracted to all the powers. They give you so many gifts. They are in terms of warships. And also, for many powers, Sri Lanka is the soccer ground, the football ground, that they think they can come and play the game. Right? But I think we should say, no, we are not the playground. Either we should be in one of the teams, or we can be the referee, or at least the line referee. If you really want to play the game, we should not be passive and wait and allow Sri Lanka to be used as a football field. This book in 6 words. I would say Indian Ocean and our environment is all about strategic competition, 2 words. Strategic convergence, 2 more words. And strategic dilemma, 2 more words. 6. Strategic competition, the major powers versus major powers. Strategic convergence, some major powers getting together to counter another major power. Strategic dilemma, for smaller, less economically and militarily powerful countries like Sri Lanka. In 6 words, I have summarized this book. Right? I'm not doing justice. It's a huge book. It's a lot of information, but for my talk, I have used that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that there are many strategies concerning the Indian Ocean. The America, USA has Indo-Pacific strategy. They're not even really residential power in the Indian Ocean, but they have a strategy. Japan, which is also not really an Indian Ocean residential power, has a free and open Indo-Pacific strategy. India has some. Neighborhood first, Sagarmala, Sagar, look east, act east. Then Australia has something like a second sea strategy. China has the Belt and Road Initiative. India and Japan has Asia-Africa Growth Corridor. USA has Millennium Challenge Cooperation Construct, Bay of Bengal Initiative. But where is Sri Lanka's initiative in this most important geographical location? I think this book gives you an insight to the need of having a Sri Lankan strategy for the Indian Ocean. As long as we are happy to dance to the tunes of others, we will never progress. We have to decide our destiny. We have to decide our strategy and then get others to dance to our destiny. I have heard many people saying Sri Lanka is a small country. In what? Square area? Yes, we are. Population? Yes, we are. Economy? Yes, we are. But in geostrategic terms, Sri Lanka is a big country in the Indian Ocean. Not small at all. That is why in the next month or so you will see so many dignitaries would be rushing to Sri Lanka. Nobody wants to miss Sri Lanka. They want to come. Why are they all coming to us? Because we are important. And therefore, comprehensive maritime security is of critically important. If there is no maritime security, we cannot achieve our dream of becoming a maritime hub. When we say a maritime hub, it is not only the container hub. We are already the transshipment container hub in the region. So what? There are so many things. Now this is what I like about this book. It talks about everything from environment to fisheries to protecting, the smuggling, human smuggling. This book is really a great production. Right now, the Indian Ocean is the most militarized ocean in the world. At any given time, nearly 120 warships are there. And we don't know how many nuclear submarines are there. We don't know how many submarines carrying nuclear warheads are there. We don't know how many aircraft are there. So practically, we are sitting on top of a volcano. So this is a very dangerous situation. The foreign policy of a country is made of various factors. The leader's perspective, the popular demand, the party requirements, the foreign policy executives around the leader, the relative power the country has in the international system. Right now, we are in the process of designing a foreign policy guidance or directives based on our national interest. How relatively powerful we are, how to capitalize what we have. Now in that sense, neutrality is our cornerstone. Neutrality. Technically, we are a non-aligned country. I'm not arguing that. But then we all know that if you take 10-year periods, we have moved from one corner to the other, one side to the other, for some reason. right? But now we want to remain neutral, maintaining friendly relations with everyone, and not to be caught in this power game that I mentioned about, the strategic competition. And also, we need to be mindful of the strategic security concerns of our neighbors in here. If we are not paying sufficient attention to that, we cannot survive. One way to overcome the asymmetry is to have rules, regulations. So, insofar as Indian Ocean is concerned, that is why Sri Lanka is very keen to have international rules-based maritime order so that we are an equal partner to any country. Right? That is cornerstone, a part of our foreign policy. Then also, Sri Lanka wish that any asset in our country cannot be exploited, used or misused by another power against another power. I think you all know what I'm talking about, right? We don't have the luxury of selling our national strategic assets to another country. We have to keep control. Why? Otherwise, our neighbors get worried. Now, we have been talking about blue economy for a 10-year period now. But look back and see, what have we really done? Next to nothing. Take a small country like Mauritius, Seychelles, Bangladesh. They have done tremendous work on blue economy. We don't have the luxury to wait for another 5 years, another 10 years to make things happen. It is now or never. And I think we have everything going now, so we must make use of